Welcome back to CryptosRUs. I am George. We're all George. So today, let's talk about massive buy signals for not only Bitcoin, but one other altcoin, Solana. Let's talk about it. What's going on with Solana? What's going on with Bitcoin? What's going on with everything? Let's do it. Let's do it. Welcome, guys. Good morning, good afternoon. Bitcoin is starting off hot today, 68.1, 68.2, and that is good. I have some good news to share about Bitcoin, and I'm looking at a super chat. Yes, I'll get to that. Very, very hot today. This is strange. Genesis, which is the sister company of Grayscale, they had to sell off their Grayscale shares, which caused Grayscale to sell off Bitcoin. But then Genesis took that money and used it to buy $2.1 billion worth of Bitcoin. It's kind of weird that they can't just do a conversion. Why did they need to sell off their shares in the first place? Why couldn't they just simply ask for Genesis to redeem the Bitcoins? Like, I guess you just can't or something. It's just really, really stupid, if you ask me, that their sell of their shares caused Grayscale to sell Bitcoin, and then they use that money to go buy Bitcoin, right? Like, that doesn't make any sense at all. But I know it's probably due to some regulations or rules or whatever, because Genesis is bankrupt, and that's the only reason why they had to do this. But it just seems kind of stupid. But we know that Grayscale selling has been diminishing. So this is over. Genesis does not need to sell any more Grayscale shares. And that is why we're seeing the ETFs start soaking up Bitcoin once again. We had 4 straight days of inflows because Grayscale had 4 straight days of minus 100 sells. Okay, that's good. And the others are able to make up for it. And we had 4 consecutive days of inflow going back to the previous week. You could see we started out one day on the very right side. One day we started out like on Monday, we had a red day because of Grayscale. And then we had 4 days of green. Kind of like last week though. Last week we had the same thing. But the week before that, we had massive sells from Grayscale. But overall, we're net positive. We're seeing a lot more inflows these days into the ETFs. And that means there's less Bitcoin to go around. That means we are getting ready to go higher. Okay? That's what it means. That's what it means. That's a major buy signal. I told you guys, Grayscale, once Grayscale starts, let me start again. Once Grayscale stops selling, that's when we have the green flag. That's when Bitcoin is ready to go higher and form a new high. And this comes right at the time before a major event that I'll get to. But first, just so you, in case you guys care, I always care about this because I like to see how much Bitcoin is in each fund. And, you know, BlackRock is up to about 264,000 Bitcoin, around $18 billion worth. This comes only after 3 months, $18 billion. Then you have Fidelity, that's over $10 billion. And then you add ARK and Bitwise together, they're over $5 billion. Okay, that's a lot of billions. Now, Grayscale, despite their selling, which has slowed down, they still hold 322,000 Bitcoin. So, in accumulation, all these guys hold $57 billion worth of Bitcoin. And that will only increase from here on out. Okay. I mean, they already hold, I think, what did I say last time? I think I covered it yesterday or the day before, but like around 6% of the total supply already. I mean, that's staggering that you can accumulate 6% of Bitcoin within such a short amount of time. Again, don't let the big boys, what I keep saying, don't let the big boys take your life-changing wealth away from you. Don't let them steal away all of your Bitcoin. Okay? That's very important. Now, moving forward, we see that Arkham has identified Marathon holding over $1.1 billion worth of Bitcoin. You see all these companies, the miners and Coinbase, they don't really declare publicly all their addresses. They actually hold a lot more Bitcoin than you think. Like Coinbase publicly declares that, oh, we only have $700 million worth of Bitcoin. That's baloney. They have $30 billion of the Bitcoin in their other cold wallets that they have not shared and Arkham found. And same thing with Marathon. I remember Marathon only declared they have like $100 million of the Bitcoin or something. No, they have over $1 billion. And that is why recently Hut 8 said that the banks are going to them asking to buy OTC. Because the big boys, the banks and the financial institutions, they're starting to realize that pretty soon they're not going to be able to buy OTC. Pretty soon Coinbase and others are going to say, no, we're not going to sell to you. So where are they going to get their Bitcoin from for all these ETFs and others, right? They have to find a source. And if these miners are smart, they'll play hardball and not sell either. And then, you know what? Then Bitcoin's going to really start skyrocketing because they're going to have no choice but to purchase OTC. I mean, on the open market. And then that would be insane. That would be absolutely insane. And here's something else. Whales that have between 100 to 100,000 Bitcoin. So, I mean, some retail and whales have purchased 1.4% of Bitcoin supply in the past 3 months. So this is not counting the big boys, okay, like the ETFs. This is just counting whales. And they have been accumulating a lot too. See, again, it just comes down to supply and demand. And demand keeps doing this, and the supply keeps doing this. I mean, it's just a matter of time before the price does this and moonshots, okay? It's just a matter of time. Matter of time. Okay, now, this is all leading to the major event that's coming in less than 2 weeks. Less than 2 weeks. Okay? What's coming in less than 2 weeks? The halving event. That's right. We're so close to the greatest catalyst of any cycle. The halving event is when the inflation rate of Bitcoin gets cut in half, and that's when things really get nutty. And everything I've said leading up to this point is only going to help Bitcoin after this point, okay? Obviously, the ETFs that are buying, they're contributing to the supply shock that's happening, okay? And and the whales buying, contributing to the supply shock that's happening. And the halving event is going to cause another major supply shock since the inflation rate gets cut in half. It all leads to this, basically, the halving event. And every single time we have a halving event, we go up. We go up parabolically, okay? And just to let you guys know, as the halving events occur, we have more and more liquid supply. We have less and less Bitcoin out there. And this is what it's looking like, okay? There's a couple charts. This guy is looking at this angle, this 80-degree angle that happens, okay, shortly after every halving event. This is like the parabolic phase, the parabolic pump to the moon. And you could see that every single cycle we had it, but normally speaking, it's a little bit after the halving event. But this guy argues that we're in that already before the halving event because of the supply shock that's been happening, right? But you could see if it happens again on the very top left-hand side, top right-hand side, that will push us to $220,000, okay? That's what he believes, and he believes we've already started that trajectory. Now, he may not be bullish enough because others, like Titan and Crypto, thinks that we're following this Elliott wave theory, right? Which has 5 different points. And the 5th point is going to come around $340,000. So 220,000 is actually kind of conservative. There's a lot of speculation and a lot of theories that Bitcoin will hit 300,000 plus. Okay, I mean, after 100,000, that's when things get crazy, and after the halving event, that's when things really start getting crazy. So, we'll see. We'll see. Definitely not the time to be exiting Bitcoin. Definitely not. Not the time. And there's major signals why you should be holding on strong. Okay. Now, outside of Bitcoin, what else is there? Well, let's talk a little bit about Solana. These days, Solana, well, the last few days, been having some problems. Network congestion problems due to spam, right? And they are trying to fix it. But you know what? Phantom CEO defends Solana, and I think he's right. Andre Crowley was he's considered a DeFi OG. Okay, he's created many DeFi projects. He's also leading Phantom. And he basically says that Solana is basically, what did he say exactly? He's a victim of its own success. That, hey, you know what? Because there's so much volume, okay, they're having to try to figure it out. Because no other chain out there has nearly as much volume as Solana. So they're leading the way and they have to figure it out. And that's normal. Nothing is perfect the first time around, right? And he even says, seeing a lot of I told you so's against Solana because Solana currently has so much demand for block space that they need to optimize some block bottlenecks, okay? Victim of success, and that's right. You got other people from, I don't know, bag holders of other chains that are trying to kick Solana while it's down, but do you realize they're only in this position because of how much success they had so far, and mostly due to memes, of course, right? Memes are definitely leading the way. Now, Antoli says that they have identified a bug and they're going to patch it. So they're going to rush this out as soon as possible. So even though Solana may be down a little bit, they're going to come back full force. There's no doubt about it. And here's something else that will make people sleep easier at night. People have always said, you know what, FTX, they hold a lot of SOL, and they're afraid, or some people are afraid that FTX estates might dump it because of what they're going through. Well, you know what? That's not going to be the case anymore. FTX decided to sell 2/3 of whatever they hold in SOL to three major VCs, Galaxy Trading, Pantera Capital, and Neptune Digital Assets. But here's the thing. They sold it to them at a massive discount. Those guys purchased SOL at $64 a token. I would have loved to purchase SOL at $64, right? Like, how come I couldn't get involved with this? But anyways, so this kind of squashes the notion that somehow FTX go dump all their SOL. They can't because they sold most of it, right? And I doubt these guys are going to sell anytime soon because they're already up and they're going to hold for their bull run. So that's something else that's pretty good. And then lastly, I mean, just to show you guys how strong SOL memes are, Costco hot dog at 100 million once again, and they were even higher at like 120 million. This meme is just on fire. On fire. All right, guys. Let's do some Q&A. Got a $50 super chat from NARP World. This is NARP Dev, launched 25 hours ago. Will you have a look? Would love your opinion on marketing strategies and connect. Our approach will be different. NARP World, you can email me if you really want to do so. 222K, very small. I know some of my Discord members have been talking about NARP. I don't know how they picked up on it. So this, Discord meme chat is just blowing up these days. It's a private Discord in Patreon, so I know a lot of people have been joining, and they brought this up. So I guess you guys are early. You got to figure it out. Holders are number of holders very small. You need to get that into the thousands quickly, and liquidity is okay. The holders, I think, is the biggest problem right now. All right, let me scroll up here. Let's see what I missed. There was a super chat about hot dog, what I just mentioned. Okay, I'm not gonna read all the cock jokes, but they're quite funny. They are quite funny. All right. Let's see. What else is there? Am I on mute? No. I noticed my microphone's kind of... Hello. It's kind of low for some reason. I don't know why my microphone's kind of low. I don't know. Maybe I have to restart or something. It does seem like the volume's a little low. Let's see. Can you check out Bull? They've been going crazy on X. Well, I've been talking about Bull. Bull has come down. They reached 20 million recently, but I shared Bull, with you guys and within Patreon when it was under 1 million, right? And they had a good run. Hopefully they could come back. They seems to have found a support right around 3 million, 4 million. And if they could hold and come back, that would be absolutely fantastic. Their volume is crazy, though. They have crazy volume. What's Pew? Yeah, not doing that well. I don't know if you guys checked 30 D-Gens yesterday, last night on CryptosRUs Plus. I gave those guys a challenge to turn $1,000 into $1 million by the end of this cycle. I think it can happen if they do it right. But if you guys didn't check it, they covered a lot of good stuff. Are you staking meme coin on Trader Joe? I've been meaning to, but I didn't get to it. But yes, I'm probably going to stake my Big Red and my cock. Yeah, it makes sense. Alone YouTube says, can you shout out to my wife? She's on Mars doing her first mission. What? Okay. I think you're like trolling me. First of all, no one's on Mars. And your son is not named Solana. And your daughter's not named Phantom. Uh, Broke bra. Yeah, I'm not. I'm not even gonna say that name. So no. AVAX or XRP, please. Well, there's no doubt AVAX all the way. AVAX is also getting a surge of activity and volume because of memes, led by Cock. But there are others that's in the space like Big Red. So they could be like the next Solana in a way, right? Doug, memes have ruined your chat. Hey, people are free to ask what they want. Right now, memes are hot. People love to make money. It passes the time. Doug, if you have other things that you want to ask, go ahead. It's a free, open chat. Can I have your thoughts on Zeus Network on Solana? I think they're interesting. I mean, they're really new, but basically, you just think about them as a bridge for Bitcoin to come onto Solana, right? So pretty soon, Jupiter or what is it, Jitto and all these other dexes or liquidity providers, pretty soon they can use Bitcoin assets, right? That's great. That's great. I don't know how fully developed they are, or whether it's like already ready to go, or they're just simply developing. Um, but more integration with Bitcoin is good. Paul Jacoby channel. Thank you for the super chat. Let's see. Gala Games. Still rooting for them, but I'm more neutral on Gala these days. Did I did you say turning 1K to 1 million in this cycle? Yes. I gave the guys from Dirty Degens, Josh and Scott, that challenge to do it with memes and trading memes on CryptosRUs Plus. Jolamas, could buying Costco hot dog act as a proxy if you missed a run up in actual Costco stock? Do you think the price action could be correlated? No, the price action are not correlated at all. It's simply a silly meme coin, but its growth has been astronomical. I don't know if they could really break past 100 million. If they can, I mean, look at some of these other Solana memes that have gone to 500, 600, 700 million. Can they get to those levels and maybe even a billion beyond? I hope so. But, it's kind of, a lot of memes, no matter how hot, they start losing momentum around 100, 150 million. It's really hard to break past. But if you do, the sky's the limit. Why do you hate 4chan holders? Because there's too many of them that spam my live chat. That's why. And the spam is all the same. Oh, look, Netflix documentaries could go to the moon. Every single one, like it's just copy and pasted. Here's the thing about new meme coins that want my attention. How not to get it is by asking people to spam it in my live chat, because then I'll ignore it forever and ban the term, and then you'll never be able to spam again. But if you honestly want to know or want to get my attention, hey, send me a large super chat and I'll look at it. I heard P. Duty meme coins launched today on Solana. What are your thoughts? I have no idea what that is, so I have no thoughts on it. But based on the name, it sucks. Crazy after 24 hours, ready. 30% of Big Red total supply is staked. AVAX just announced they're raising the staking rewards. Yeah, see, it goes to show you how much support the memes are getting from Avalanche, right? They already have their funds. I don't know if this is specific to Avalanche. I mean, this is just for staking for everything, but Avalanche is making some moves. It's good for the community. So it's good. Very good. Do you have any new AI coins on the radar? No. Not new ones. I'm still waiting to see what Fetch, Singularity, and Ocean, what they're going to do with their conversions, how they're going to convert their tokens into the new ASI token. Like, it's kind of wild to like think. It's not even 2 company mergers, it's a 3 company merger. So I don't even know how that's going to work out. That's going to be crazy. Are you bullish on Brett? He's Pepe's best friend after all. No, I'm not, because I'm not holding any. But Brett is on base, and I just ignore base. But they're huge, 600 million. I think they're for me, it's too late to get into. I'm hunting for memes are, you know, sub 1 million or sub 2 million. Is Snack dead? No, they are not. I think, you know, just like Polygon, just like kind of like the problem Kulo has. Polygon is kind of a sort of a boring chain, and so is Cardano. It's just very serious, right? Snack kind of led the way with memes off of ETH. Before Solana memes got really hot, Snack proved that you could have memes on a serious chain like Cardano, and did a lot. Brought a lot of people in, and they had a lot of momentum. But again, they topped out around the 100, 150 million mark, but they're still holding strong, and they're participating in the next IFC fight. So that's fantastic. Book of E on base. Eight days ago, down 24%. Yeah, sub 1 million. That, and then this, I don't know, doesn't look that healthy. And the number of holders are too low. Andy, 28 days ago. Ooh, that's a pretty healthy recovery. Down and back up. The chart looks good. Number of holders, 6,000 is good. Liquidity is good, but it does not show it's locked. Maybe they burn the liquidity. Looks decent. Looks decent. Kind of like Costco hot dog. The chart kind of looks the same. Looks decent, but 82 million, that's hard to get into at this point. I know you don't like Pipe Good. You look at them again. I keep mining and stop if you look into it and find it's a scam. Almost everyone tells me it is a scam. They keep delaying their whatever launch, and they're down like 99%. Okay, 98%. So at some point you gotta just like cut your losses and leave, and this may be one of them. Everyone that tells me they have exited Pi. I don't know if they're truly a scam, but whatever they're building is never coming to be, it seems like. Shaft Ninja, since you asked nicely without spamming. 4chan, which one? Solana or ETH? I'll assume it's Sol because it's 8 days ago. Well, this is absolutely horrible. Very low. very low. So I'm assuming you're not asking about the one on Sol. Probably the one on ETH. That doesn't look very healthy, man. That doesn't look very healthy. Sideways, now just downtrend. They will probably fall back down here. Does not look very healthy at all. The liquidity, somewhat low. Number of holders high, but still, I mean, everyone's just selling out. This doesn't, look at this whale. The whale just sold $10,000 right there. That does not look healthy to me. D-Key. Do you think coins like ADA and Phantom, which already had a cycle, can go to their previous all-time highs? Yes. I think that's almost a certainty, yes. I mean, they're great projects. Phantom actually surprised me. Ahead of the Sonic upgrade, they really started pumping. You know, they were lost in a sea of L2s, and they have come back a lot. Where did it go? Right here, 50? 2 billion? They could certainly come back to their previous high. And same thing Cardano, because of Charles, right? They were as high as $3.30. So like 5x, 4x. They still need to go 4x. Can Buildo hold 10x? You're talking about Starter Labs? Yeah, because they're so young. Starter Labs, it doesn't show, but they're like, their market cap is like 5 million or something, 8 million. They could certainly go a lot higher. They're like a massive incubator of new projects. So I know the founder. I'm actually an investor in this, so I think they could do very well this cycle too. Yeah, my audio is low. I'm sorry. Something happened with my OBS or something, so it's not picking up correctly. But anyways, just to let you guys know, I'm gonna be gone for a long time. So I'll be heading to Paris soon, and then Dubai afterwards. Now, with the time difference, I should be able to stream at night and still make the 8:30 a.m. Streams, but you know, I can't make any promises. There might be a lot of activities, events. There's so many side events and conferences that I'm going to, so not gonna be back here for like a while. This is gonna be a long trip, but I'll make sure to get you guys some cool footage, some cool content, and I'll try to stream as much as possible, or at the very least come out with videos updating you guys on what's going on. All right, guys, just to let you guys know, have a good Saturday. Stay strong, stay focused. Massive buy signals all around, everywhere. So have a good one, and until next time. And I don't know when that is. But I will have a Sunday walk video tomorrow for you guys. All right. Take care.